So for this next portfolio, portfolio 5, we can see that we have to do an internet search, so we need to make sure that we provide a link to our resources. And we're going to find a spreadsheet with some data and find mean, median, and mode. So I'm going to open Google here and type in Florida Marlins. It's already coming up on mine because I did this to see what would come up beforehand. So I click on that and I can scroll down here and see Marlins year by year results. So there's a nice data set to grab a hold of. So I'm going to grab the whole thing, see what happens here, highlight it all, and right click, or do Control C, but I'm going to right click and I do copy, and I bring up my empty Excel file and I'm going to paste it in there. So I've captured my data, but the data says that I'm only going to use one of these, so I don't need this information here. I'll delete these two rows, or columns rather. Delete those two columns. I'm just worried about wins, so we're going to see about wins here. We're going to delete everything else. Maybe I wanted to do it on attendance or something. I can do that, but I'm choosing wins. So I hit delete. Now over here it says that if we go back to our textbook, we see that we're supposed to find the mean, median, and standard deviation. So in this, we're going to say the mean, median, and standard deviation. And I'm going to double click so it highlights there. And over here I'll type in equals. Now Excel calls this an average, so we'll start typing average, and you see average comes up. So it says all the cells I want. I'm just going to grab them. I close my parenthesis, hit enter, so it gives me an average. I want the median, so I'll hit equal and I'll start typing median. There it goes. And I'm going to grab the same data set. Oh, I went too far. So we'll click that back and put an 8 in there manually. Now it says the standard deviation, so let's look. Ooh. So standard deviation, there are two of them, population and sample. So the population is what we want because I know all of the data. If you have only a partial data set, then you would use sample. So I'm going to use standard deviation population. I click that in and I simply grab all of my data and hit enter. I'm going to highlight these things because you can't win or fix these rather. You can't win or lose a part of a game, so we're going to make it round them. So I'm going to right click and I do format cells, change it to a number, and I don't want any decimal places. A nice neat there. So we can see that the mean average was 72 wins. The median average is 77, and the standard deviation is 15. Now it says that we have to put in a narrative here explaining it. So I'm going to insert a text box. See, I went to insert, and now I'm going to come over here and I follow it to text box, and I'm going to click text box, and I'll simply come down here and draw a text box, and then I can start going blah, blah, blah. You actually have to write something based on the directions. And then because I'm stealing this information from the internet, I need to come over here and get it. So you see I just clicked in it and automatically highlighted it the first time. This time it doesn't. So I triple click it, or if it doesn't do that, you just grab it all and right click and copy. And go back over here to my Excel. And I will do a Control V this time to paste it. Hit an enter to make sure it's there. And save it and upload it. It's just that easy.